Action Writers. This is your June 2024 forecast. Things are coming in hot for you, and I think you're going to like it. However, getting some chills. I think you had an expectation, and now that you got what you wanted, the outcome was not what you expected. It's not a bad thing, but it's almost it, it's making you take pause. I've got the Four of Wands, which is all about celebration. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which means good luck. And we also have the Hermit, which means you probably want to be alone. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. She likes to have attention on her, but when she gets it, she pulls away. So because she's reversed, it feels kind of more of a like you got attention, but not for the thing that you were expecting, which is not a bad thing. It was an unexpected twist to what you were planning to get recognition for. We have the Eight of Wands, which is moving really fast. This is like something's moving very fast and it's beyond your control, and it's freaking you out a little bit. And yeah. You also have the Seven of Wands, which is feeling a little bit attacked. And this is going back to me saying that I feel like you got attention for something, but it wasn't for something you expected to get the attention for. And you're feeling a lot of people coming at you because of that. And you have to defend yourself as to why you're getting that kind of attention. You also have the Six of Pentacles, which is an exchange of energy. This one's also reversed. So it seems like there's an unhealthy exchange of energy. This could probably just be cleared up with like a single conversation or a new agreement, a new drawing of boundaries, which we'll get to in a second. You also might be needing to give yourself some extra love right now, just because the outcome that you wanted, yes, you got it, but it's not panning out the way that you expected. So you might need to use a little bit more self-care for yourself at the moment. We've got the Sun in reverse. I like to see the Sun as ultimate clarity. Since it is reversed, it's probably more on the inside. Like, it's almost like you were rehearsing just like conversations in your head, not sure which way they would go, and like rehearsing all of them. And now that you know how it's panning out, that's kind of what this card is telling me. And lastly, like I said about boundaries, we've got the Emperor. He's like the father of the tarot, and the fathers, what are fathers? They are the boundary makers, they are the protectors, they're the breadwinners. So that's just something to keep in mind there. The card that's at the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles reversed. What it feels like with the Five of Pentacles is usually Pentacles is our health, our body, and our money. It's the earth element. And because it's reversed, it almost seems like you're coming out of the other side of something. You do seem to have a lot of stability going on. You've got the Four of Wands. There is also a stone wall with this. This is also protection with the sun, the child in the garden. So there could be some kind of a stone protection there. And then you also got the Emperor. And getting chills. He's sitting on a throne, and he's also not reversed. The major arcana cards are the cards that we want to pay attention to because they are heavier than the minor arcana. So since you have 4 of 10, I would recommend really paying attention to this moment, to this month, and just kind of seeing what comes up. And there's some chills again. My gosh, there's a lot of chills today. Number wise, you might want to pay attention to 4, 10, 9, 3, 8, 7, 6, 19, and 4. If you add all those up, you get 70. And if you add 7 plus 0, it equals the Chariot, or I'm sorry, it equals 7, which is the Chariot in the major arcana. And the Chariot is a driver. It could be your car. It could be you are in the driver's seat. You have the reins, and you can control where you're turning to and where you're going to take this thing, whatever you're working on right now. What I do want to kind of also bring up is there's a 876 in here, like right in a row. The number prior to that is a 9. So it just like not the prior is 3, but the prior to the 3 is a 9. And it just kind of feels like you're moving backwards. Backwards is not a real word. But along with that, you also have the 5 of Pentacles in reversed, and these characters look like they're going back. They're going backward. They're not. So it makes me kind of wonder that the attention that you're getting, you're kind of feeling like you want to go back to where it was prior, or prior to a prior moment before, and maybe you wanted to make a different decision. It's still all turning out fine. It's just not turning out the way you would have liked or expected. So it's not a bad thing. It's just not quite what you wanted. Elementally wise, we've got earth, air, fire, and water. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, you are coming hot with fire with 7 different pieces, 7 different cards. Earth came out at 2, sorry, 3. And what do we know about fire? Fire burns, fire is hot, fire can destroy really fast. Something might be burning really fast around you and you just can't control it, hence the 8 of Wands. Maybe you can't control different people's perspectives of how a situation went down. Like I mentioned, you have 4 major arcanas, and 3 of those 4 are all fire. So you've got Jupiter, Sun, Aries, and Mars. Those are the astrological signs that you might want to look up and pay attention to. However, if this fire is too much, if you are feeling too hot, if you are feeling too out of control, if you are feeling, even though you have a lot of stability going on, if you are feeling like it's getting out of your control, I would look up these signs, Jupiter, the Sun, Aries, and Mars, and do the opposite of whatever their aspects are. I was gonna try to list out everything else and kind of give you 2 different options to go for. Oh, there's some chills again. No, it kind of depends on, I think, what your personality is. If you like the fire, if you are like in heaven with all this fire, with all this chaos, with all this, it's not even chaos. It's just like just a lot. So if you are cool with it, run with it. But if you are not cool with it, you might want to look up those astrological signs and take a look at those aspects and do the opposite so you can kind of cool down a little bit, because you have no air and no water. With no air and no water, there is no emotion, no time to process any of these emotions that you're having right now because of the situation. And also with air, you're not breathing or thinking. You don't really have time to breathe or think and get your thoughts in order before you say something else that might go on another route for you. So that's just something to keep in mind. I would prefer you probably look up the astrological signs of fire and go the exact opposite. But that's just me because this is a lot of fire and it feels hot and it feels and fire is just very hard to control. I do have colors for you as well. I'm going to suggest blue and white, which is rather interesting. Because of all the fire, I was actually trying to find cooler tones, but I do recognize that fire and like blue and white can also mean like the blue fire, which is extra hot. So it could go either way. This is the first one that I got. It's blue. He's the only major blue one around, and he's got a lot of snow on his feet. So it seems like there's a little bit of coolness going on here in your alone time. I would try to find that alone time that you can amongst all this chaos. Even if it's just taking a moment and just and grounding yourself. But you got this white horse, snow, house back here is white, the little castle. You got the white and they're in the snow, the white clouds. I do pull 3 extra cards, and you've got dream in reverse, whatever that means to you. It feels like you're not, could be an internal dream, not dreaming. Maybe you don't have time to dream because of all this fire that's going on, and you're just, I'm not sure. Just dream in reverse. You also have octopus, which actually to me kind of makes sense for this. This is the first time this card has actually kind of made sense because it almost feels like you're being pulled in 8 different directions, and 8 different things want your attention. And I think if you look up an octopus, I think each of these suckers are like a taste buds, and they can taste. All of them have each like a brain of their own. They all have a mind of their own, something like that. And it just kind of feels like you are being spread too thin and going everywhere all at once and being connected to this hub of whatever this is. The last piece that I have is, what is the defining belief of each main character? Why has this belief driven them to do the things that they do? With that, I am Chris, and I am a tarot reader who helps writers overcome writer's block. If you want to experience how tarot cards can help you write your stories faster, get more in tune with your intuition, and overcome your own writer's block, go to the link in my bio or the link in the description, and you can, the first link at the very top is a 15-minute free exercise where I kind of guide you how to use 3 cards to write a full story in less than 15 minutes. It's not, it's a first draft. It's very get the idea out of your head, but you might be surprised as to what you get. And with that, I will see you in the next one.